and death found them there. أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت. Wherever you may be, death will surely find you. Ibn Kathir brings a story, a very interesting story, that there was a person that was a slave. And this person, he was working one night when the lady of the house that was pregnant was about to deliver a baby. They told the slave that, look, it's too dark in the room. It's too dark in the room, go and find some wood. Go and find some wood so we can start a fire and the room can be filled with light so that we know what we're doing. When this slave goes to look for some wood, he sees there's a man sitting outside and the man stops him. Oh, bro, tell me, what's going on inside? What's happening inside the room? He said that my master, she's about to give birth to a child. He said that, oh, is it going to be a boy or a girl? Do you know? He said, no, I have no clue. You know what? Let me go do my work. This person goes and gets some firewood, and then when he comes back, the same person is sitting there and goes, oi, come here. Let me tell you. The child that's going to be born is going to be a girl. It's not going to be a boy. This child, when it grows up, is going to commit zina 100 times. More than 100 times, this child is going to commit zina. The guy's like, okay, you know, some interesting information. And if you think that's interesting, you are going to fall in love with this child. You are going to fall in love with this child, and you will marry this child, and after some time, this child, this lady will leave you, and she will break your heart, and she will die. This person starts thinking, whatever, man, this guy's on crack. You know, what are you talking about, man? How can he say all, you know, this whole history of this child just being born right now? But then he goes inside and he sees that the child is born and the child is a girl. And he starts to think to himself that, you know what if this guy's right? What if he's actually right and this child commits zina, this lady commits zina, and I fall in love with him? You know what? Let me finish the story right here. The next day, when the child's all alone, the child in his crib all alone, he grabs a dagger and he stabs the child in his chest. He goes, this will finish the child, and he runs. And he runs and leaves that city. Many years later, this person, you know, who was a slave, he ran away as a slave, he goes and starts to work and he starts to earn money. And slowly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him wealth and gives him wealth and gives him wealth. And now this person is a changed man. Before he was a slave and he didn't know about his clothes, now he has a three-piece suit on. There's people all around him, he has a lot of money. He comes back to the same village and one of his old friends tells him that, God, you know, while you're here, why don't you check out a lady for yourself so that you can get married? Then you're still not married. Why don't you look up for a wife so that you can get married? This person says, okay, you know, that makes sense. But this is actually where I come from. Why not get married to someone here? So this person does Tafseer, he finds out, you know, who would be a nice girl, and everyone's talking about this one beautiful lady. Everyone's talking about this one beautiful lady, and he doesn't know why they're talking about her. And then he said, okay, you know, let me marry her. And they get married. Now the night that they get married, he goes to his wife and he sees that there's a scar on her chest. Right? He sees that there's a scar. He freezes. He asks her, what is the scar from? How did you get the scar? She says, oh, the scar, don't worry about it. When I was a little baby, when I was newborn, some crazy man, some pagal man stabbed me and left me to die. But luckily, they were able to save my life, and here I am alive. Now the second question this man poses is that, how many times have you committed zina? And she goes, why? Have you committed zina more than 100 times? How do you know? Then this person realizes this is the exact same lady. But it's too late. He's married to her and her beauty has taken over him. He is head over heels. Now this person thinks about the last part that that old man said. He said that you will fall in love with her so deep and then one day she will leave you. She will die. Now this person that has all the money he can ask for, he has a problem. The lady that he loves is going to die. He takes all of his money and all of his wealth and builds a fort. He builds a strong fort. And in this fort, he makes a special room where he puts his wife. And he tells his wife that, look, you are not going to leave this room, and no one besides me is going to enter this room. I'm going to make sure you stay alive forever. I'm going to make sure you don't leave me. I'm going to make sure nothing happens to you. And this is how they begin to live. And one day while he has his head in her lap, and they're talking lovey-dovey with each other, a spider comes from the ceiling. He sees the spider and he swings at the spider. He jumps up out of her lap and he swings at the spider. The spider falls to the ground and she steps on the spider. The spider dies, but right before the spider dies, he injects her with her venom, with his venom. And then, wherever you may be, death will find you. You could be in the biggest fort. You could be locked up in a vault. You could be in the mountains. But wherever you may be, death will definitely find you. Then in today's recitation, we read another verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those people who reject our signs, those people that reject our signs, we will throw them into the fire of Jahannam. We will throw them into the fire of Jahannam, and they will burn in such a way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes it with in such detail. He says they will burn in such a way. Every time that they burn, and their skin decays and burns away, but now we will bring on another skin. And then the pain from the fire will burn away that skin. And then guess what will happen? Another skin will come up. And then again, and then again, and then again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very gruesomely describes that this is what will happen. And don't think to yourself that, look, you know what, I'm a Muslim. You know what, I'm a believer, I pray my salat, I do this, I do that. This will not be my condition. Because from amongst us, there are a lot of people that the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come and we reject the signs. Different signs come. Different signs come in different forms. And we think to ourselves that no, we live in America. We live in the 21st century. We live in the world that has iPods and iTouches and I don't know what. Right? We don't need this old Islam. Why should we act upon this old Islam? Fasting. It's backwards. Why should I stay hungry for Allah? What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get out of me staying hungry? Why should I keep a beard? It makes me look old. Why should my sister cover up? You know what? There's another lady out there that wears a miniskirt. She wears a miniskirt and some short top. Why can't my sister dress like this? This is exactly what's happening on earth. That the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are coming and we are rejecting them. And we are taking those signs and we're taking Islam and we're molding Islam the way that we want it to be. Usually when you get a shirt and for some reason the shirt doesn't fit. You put on some weight, the shirt doesn't fit. Now there's two things you could do. One is you adjust yourself, you hit the gym, and you lose some weight. Right? The second thing is, if you're stubborn and you decide that, look, I'm not going to lose the weight, I'm going to change the shirt. Right? If you're stubborn and you say that, look, I don't want me to fit into this shirt, I want the shirt to fit me. This is what we're doing with Islam. We don't want to change ourselves so that we become Muslim. We want Islam to change so that Islam becomes us. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala